Hello everyone, we're considering word formation today. We talked about it on Zoom on Tuesday, but I just feel I should go over. Now, this is how I'm going to develop this lecture. There'll be an introduction. We'll look at constituents of words. Under this, we're considering syllables or morphemes. And then we'll look at common methods of word formation. And under common methods of word formation, we're considering 5 things. One is translingual borrowing. The other is alphabetism, acronymy, affixation, and compounding. I'll take it again. The outline of this lecture is this. There'll be an introductory section. We'll look at constituents of words, and under this, we're looking at syllables and morphemes. We'll look at common methods of word formation. And under this methods of word formation, we're considering 5 elements. And these are translingual borrowing, alphabetism, acronymy, affixation, and... Now let's look at word constituents. When people speak of a language, they might be thinking of words and their meanings. Languages, of course, are expressed in words and phrases and so on. Now listen to this sentence. When people speak of a language, they might be thinking of words and their meanings. Now, this sentence structure, or this chunk of sentence, contains 2 elements. One is the dependent clause, which is when people speak of a language, and they might be thinking of words and their meanings constitute the independent clause. Now, the independent clause can be broken up further into phrases. All right, you know, that is an independent clause. They might be thinking of words and their meanings. We can further break this clause down into phrases. So that will generate phrases and words, and with that will generate they, that's one chunk, might be thinking, that's another chunk, and the last chunk is of words and their meanings. Now the last phrase, which is of words and their meanings, can also further be broken down into smaller constituents. So we have of, we have words, we have and, we have there, and then me. All right. So now let's move on and look at words and their constituents. We're going to look at these 3 columns. And under the first column, we have the words teach, magnet, liquid, and cool. And in the second column, we have teacher, magnetize, liquefy, and cooling. And in the third column, we have teachable, demagnetization, liquefied, and coolant. You will notice that there is a relationship between the words in columns 2 and 3, in the sense that the word teacher and the word teachable take their root from the word teach. All right? The word magnetize and demagnetization also take their roots in magnet. And then liquefy and liquefied, again, these are words that emanate from the word liquid. Cooling and coolant also have relationship with the word cool. All right, the word cool, therefore, will be the morpheme from which we derive. Take the word ineffective. In the word ineffective, we have in, effect plus IVE. I'll come back to that later. Move on. Again, we're still considering words and their constituents. Now I need to ask this question. Are morphemes the same as syllables? Morphemes and syllables, are they the same? But before I talk about that, I'll make a clear distinction between morphemes and syllables. A morpheme, I said, is the smallest unit of meaning, whereas a syllable is the smallest unit of sound. Now let me give you a tip that will help you make a distinction between both. The word morpheme starts with the letter M, so you can easily connect that with meaning. And the word syllable starts with the letters S, and of course you can easily connect that with the word sound, okay? So a morpheme is the smallest unit of meaning, whereas a syllable is the smallest unit of sound. Now let's quickly run through these assignments. I want you to break the words listed below into syllables. Now take the first word, magnet. How do you pronounce it? There are 2 stops, mag and net, magnet. Now take the next word, demagnetization. Let's go, demagnetization. So there we have 6 syllables. Take the word liquid. We have 2 syllables there, liquid. Now take the next word, liquefy. We have 3 syllables there, liquefy. Take the word liquefied. Again, we have 3 syllables, liquefied. Liquefaction, liquefaction, 4 syllables there. And what about the word understand? Understand. How many syllables we have there? Understand, 3 syllables. Now, let's consider the number of syllables we have here and the number of morphemes. Remember, syllables connect with sound, and morphemes are related to meanings. So in magnet, we have 2 syllables, magnet, and then the number of morphemes in magnet is just 1. All right? Now take the word demagnetization. Demagnetization. We identified 6 syllables, but the number of morphemes there are 4. D is 1 morpheme, magnet is another, IZE is another, and then ation is another. So we have a prefix, which is D, magnet is the root word, IZE is the verb, and then ation is the noun. So we have 4 there. And then in liquid, we have 2 syllables, liquid. And then the number of morphemes there is 1. Liquefy, 3 syllables. And then the number of morphemes is, we have 2 morphemes there, liquefy. We have liquid and then fy. We use the fy there is used to turn words into verbs. So you have things like crucify, mortify, notify, and so on. Then liquefied, we have 3 syllables there, liquefied, and then the number of morphemes there will be, the number of morphemes there are 3, liquefied. Liquid, fy the verb, and then ed the past form. Liquefaction, liquefaction, 4 syllables, and then the number of morphemes, 4. And then understand, understand, 3 syllables, and then the number of morphemes there is. So now let's